Hey guys, Miss Dragon here, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. So today we will be heading into Val Royeaux and continuing on with the main story. And picking up more companions. At least that's the plan, so. Let's collect some stuff here quick. Got some coin, thank you. And now, I think that was the only thing we were doing. So we're gonna address the Chantry in Val Royeaux.
What have your ears heard, Leliana? Anything new we don't already know about?
No, nothing.
Well, thanks for interrupting. The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed, and at this moment we could not step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city, so we can show them the Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. Alright. Let's
Having
go.
the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
I'm not worried.
What can they do? It's just talk. Don't underestimate the power of their words. An angry mob will do you in just as quickly as a blade.
Yes.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Yeah, let's do this. Alright. Let us confirm and venture forth. Let's go!
The city still mourns.
Just a guess, Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
Yes.
My Lady Herald!
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
Yes, let's go crash this party.
They wish to protect the people? From us?
We expected this.
You think
Oh,
the Order's
excuse
return
me?
to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know Lord Seeker Lucius. I can't imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense. Not after all that's occurred. Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Well, I guess I'm not gonna answer Cassandra. Thanks, game. Rude. Rude. Okay, let's read this. The avenue of her reflective thought, inscribed upon a plaque. Our Lady and the actors of her rise and fall. Her message and visage are worth repeating. This one. Maphareth's remorse, beneath scratched by a vandal, at meeting a low door frame. Okay. What? Maphareth's blood guilt, beneath scratched by a vandal, and his head suddenly weighs too much. Very insightful. Oh, we have another one. Maphareth's regret, beneath scratched by a vandal, about his unfortunate hair. Or lack thereof. It's looking pretty bald. Oh dear, now what? Maphareth's penitence. And unrelented headache. Oh dear. The avenue of her reflective thought. The avenue is inspirational, but wise travelers do not linger in their respects. Not just because the bazaar awaits, but because the area before the back-turned statues is treacherous. Local legend has it that the child empress Amy abused the opportunity of religious repose to relieve herself beneath the gaze of Our Lady. Unable to discipline the toddling leader, her attendants instead chastised the statues and had them turned in supposed embarrassment. True or not, foolish youths dare each other to soil the spot in similar fashion, and a place of otherwise reverent thought always carries a faint odor about it. Excerpted and torn from a disposable walking tour of the capital by William A. Bard. Okay. That's... okay. What a history, huh? Alright, what do we have here? The Emporium of Mortal Means. For all matters defensive, concern, offensive intent, and study of arts, martial, and, with sanction, magical. Fascinating. Hello, can I...
Not open today.
No, okay.
Not until this fast is over, at least.
Okay, bye.
Too many swords out.
Yes, yes. I don't think he'll talk to me.
You'll forgive if
Yeah.
events are a little too flustered for commerce.
It's
Nothing personal,
fine,
Inquisition.
don't worry about it. Oh, that was a door. Just the door? Nothing else? Great. Now we have all these plaques to read. Grace of the Empire, North. This display reserved for discourse political with attending professors of social matters from the University of Orlais. Note that all vendors of loftable groceries will be closed in the hour beforehand and for 1/2 day after. Okay. The second line of Orlais, in respect to Duke Isidore d'Arlesans. I'm gonna butcher names left and right here. The first line of Orlais, in respect to Emperor Alphonse Valmont. The Lions of Orlais, a repeating element dedicated to the great defenders, otherwise noted. It is rumored that one is gold, one is bronze, and weighted with poison, one is chocolate, and one is watching. As the saying goes, dare we all a thief to test his back, and learn which is most dangerous, to try, deny, or lay. In truth, all are lead and leaf. Don't pretend to ride them too long, lest the mind give way. Excerpted and torn from a disposable walking tour. Yeah, we read that. Okay. Is there nothing on the board? Oh.
Why are the Templars suffering losses in the capital? Isn't this a stronghold?
The war is felt even here. Order must be restored to end it.
Perhaps we can help?
If they're suffering, maybe they'll be open to working with the Inquisition.
Okay. Sounds good. What's this? Knot of heroes, united in hatred. If we are re-examining motive, let us not stop at the sons of the betrayer. For the first leader of young Orlais after the sons was Jeshavis Chatel, wife of 2 of them. But examine the facts. A proud daughter of the Syrian, chosen not unkindly by Isarath to be his bride. It was her reach that granted him power to unify. Consider what she witnessed in the consolidation of her people. She has always been portrayed with sadness, but what if, when our nation was born, the game was born with it? Judge her actions not as property, but as master, and what changes? As victim, Isarath, rumored cruel, breaks the clan in a lust for power. His brother Verold, exiled from his own machinations in young Navarra, appeals to the saddened wife and promises a new path. The brothers vie and Verald wins, and then demands the hand of Gishavis, another Ferelden greedy for power. In a decade, the shy victim, Gishavis, is the figurehead of the people's rebellion against the last son of the betrayer. As master, bound to rivalries far older, she harbors a hatred beyond Tevinter. And while Isarath is distracted with personal concern or with building a nation to withstand his own people's enemy, she invites the broken brother and sets him against the driven. While accepting marriage to the victor, Gishavis seeds rebellion among those who remember how their lands were taken, not a generation before. Both leave her as ruler, as Gyoja? But should not the rule of a victim be uncertain? Gishavis rules for 42 years. There were no great swings backward, no people's retribution, for she had become accustomed. If the goals of Isarath were selfish, and the goal of Gishavis was to reverse them, then Orlais is born of the failure of both. But if Isarath built his father's wall and Gishavis wanted revenge, then we are a nation of two successes, two parents in opposition, but in partnership. Excerpt from A History Not of Heroes, readings in the Ugly Heart of Change, collected by Philium, a bard. What's with the exclamation point, though, at the end of a bard? It's super weird. Door and something else, but let's go this way and read this. Grace of the Empire, East. Welcome all before the grace of the Empire. Stage and audience for the use of all, for theater and business, for partnership and proposal. Be seen. A notice below reads, this display reserved for songs, traditional, by Lord Bramford and his players. Cancelled. Okay. The fourth line of Orlais, in respect to Duke Stefan of Val Montagny? Yeah, that was a very bad pronunciation. She of the highwaymen repents. Gallows master, hold thy hand, hold it back a while. Callous juror, let me stand, let me bear a smile. For comes my brother distant, for comes my Saviour soon. I stand here most insistent. I will receive my boon. Fellow soldier, hold thy voice, hold it if you may. Fallow shoulders, show my choice, I am in your sway. For now my crime was cruel, and all my pain deserved. I stand here as a fool, despite my brothers served. Mother dearest, look away, look into the sun. Others nearest, gone astray, you will be undone. For no more will I prattle, and no more will I pray. Hear you must the rattle, as life will fly away. From Songs of Old Orlais, She of the Highwaymen repents. Inscriptions collected by, formerly, Sister Laudine? Laudine? Something like that. Did I just see something else? Examine. There's something to examine over here. La Pomme V.A. Mort? French, do you pronounce the E in French? Morte? I'm not sure. I think it's Morte. Anyways. It is said that the apples grow near the gallows will be bitter on the tongue of a lover who will betray. It is also said, although by different people entirely, that unripened fruit should not be the only consideration when investigating matters of fidelity. The latter are lonely most evenings among the arbors of the summer bazaar. From Our Orlesian Heart by, formerly, Sister Laudine. Anything else I can grab before we move on? I'm just seeing doors, so. See if I can read any of this before I get caught up in the event. Grace of the Empire South. A notice reads, reserved for his strangeness, Sir Sound, and his static puppets behind glass. Fascinating. That is a tree. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Good people of Val Royeaux, hear me.
Oh boy.
Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of her murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no elf in our hour of need.
Let us talk peacefully.
We came here in peace simply to talk, and this is what you do. I implore you, let us sit down together to deal with the real threat.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Yeah, I have my doubts. Yep. How rude.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Was that display supposed to impress me?
On the contrary, it wasn't for you at all.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
Is that so? Then why are you here?
If you're not here to help the Chantry, then you just came to make speeches.
I came to see what frightens old women so, and to laugh.
Ha ha ha.
But Lord Seeker,
right?
what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
My boy has doubts.
I will make the
good
Templar
reason.
Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royeaux is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Well, wasn't that just fun?
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Yes.
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
How well do you know him?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Will he see reason?
Do you think he can be reasoned with?
I hope so. If not him, there are surely others in the Order who don't feel as he does. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Yes, but we are going to look around first before we do that. Hello, Belle.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
Yes, it's true.
That's what we're attempting, yes.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry's useless, and the Templars... Andraste... I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
Cassandra?
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
I just wanted
Well,
your
she is.
approval.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Alright, go to Haven.
Head to Haven, then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you for joining. Well, oh, there's something.
What's that? An arrow with a message?
Hey, give me like 2 seconds. Emperor Florian. Grand Duke Florian was not supposed to ascend to the Orlesian throne. His elder brother, Emperor Judicael II, had 2 twin sons and thus a very secure line. Florian was free to pursue other interests, none of which revolved around the game. Indeed, the imperial court largely ignored him, and that was how he liked it. All that is recorded of that era is that he married, produced a single daughter, and afterwards showed little interest in her. An outbreak of the 100 Days cough in 877 changed his plans. Both of Judicael's sons perished, as did Florian's daughter. Racked by grief, Judicael lost interest in ruling, turning over all matters pertaining to the rebellion in Ferelden to his advisors and instead spending his time hunting in the country. When Judicael was thrown from his horse during a fox hunt in 884 Blessed, Florian was suddenly vaulted into the throne. Famously, his response to the Chevaliers delivering the news at his estate is said to be, "This will not do at all." A private and somewhat eccentric man, Florian limited his appearances at court and dealt almost exclusively with members of his own family. He was extremely particular about his habits of dress and grooming, eschewing current fashions for the sake of comfort and refusing to wear cosmetics or powders of any kind due to an intense dislike of being dirty. Powerful and connected nobles who had served in the cabinet since his father's time were turned away in favor of his younger brother Renaud, his sister Melisande, and his cousins. Children were banned from the palace, even the children of servants, with the exceptions of his nephew and nieces, who were tolerated only on the condition that they remain out of the emperor's sight. Regarding suggestions that Florian and his youngest cousin Megrin were lovers, the truth is uncertain. If such a relationship existed, it was no doubt kept private due to Florian's aversion to public life and not from any fear of rumors. Such rumors, after all, were likely spread due to the emperor's refusal to sire another child and thus secure his line. Many believed this failing would eventually lead to civil war. The only real evidence of a relationship with Megrin is the loud and very public argument the two had prior to Megrin's appointment, or exile, as he saw it, to the throne of Ferelden. Megrin is said to have called Florian "my darling," and neither man chose to explain the argument later. The predictions of civil war almost came to pass upon Florian's death in 919 Dragon. With no clear heir, the throne eventually passed to the only daughter of Grand Duke Renaud, Celine, after a vicious struggle that threatened to consume the empire. From the Emperors of Orlais by brother Harlan Escari. Okay, so we should grab this. Favors for friends. A message is attached A message is attached, written in a large flowing hand and bordered with doodles. People say you're special. I want to help, and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Val Royeaux. I hear he wants to hurt you. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and round the cafe. And maybe you'll meet him first. Bring swords. Friends of Red Jenny. A poor drawing of the locations of the market is attached. Yes, so that opens up a quest line. Here.
Chantry has just shown themselves helpless.
Let's finish our readings, and then I think we can go talk to the mother. The third line of Orlais. In respect to Duke Yvon of Savren, Grace of the Empire West. This display reserved for presentations of affection, as though private and also discounted spirits, presented by Company Misdirect Theater. What? Okay. Alright, so.
They left us.
Hello, Barnabas.
Open? Yes, as open as I can be. If you've a need for the well cut or the sparkling,
Cool, I'm
perhaps I
gonna see
can
what you
help.
have.
At the very least, we can appear like everything is normal. Yes.
Okay. Oh, I should probably go up the stairs. Can I talk to you?
This victory must please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. If you do not believe you are the Maker's chosen, then what are you?
What am I, you ask? I am someone who can help. Obviously.
Someone who can help close the breach and end this madness.
That is more comforting than you might imagine. I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
I guess we'll keep chatting then. What do you believe about me?
You're obviously skeptical. What do you believe I am?
Our divine. Her holiness is dead. I have seen evidence for everything, except what would comfort me.
That doesn't answer my question.
For you to be true, a great many things must be false. And if you are false, a great many things must have failed. There is chaos ahead, whatever your intentions.
Indeed. What will the Chantry do now?
So what happens now? Will the Chantry continue to denounce me?
We have already done so. And what good has it done us? Now it falls on us to select a new divine, if we can, and leave the next step to her.
Provided such a selection is even possible.
I truly don't know. Any revered mother who could have followed Justinia died at the Conclave. What becomes of us, and your Inquisition, is in the Maker's hands now.
Where have the Templars gone?
Where is the Lord Seeker taking the Templars?
I can't begin to guess the Lord Seeker's mind. He could not have abandoned his intended role more completely.
There must be sense to what we can't see.
Must there? Rebellion seems popular in certain quarters, doesn't it, Seeker? Is crafting the Templars into a new power really any worse than declaring a rival to the Chantry itself?
What did you want him to do?
What were you hoping the Lord Seeker would do exactly?
Put aside his war against the mages and find common purpose against something much more dire. Obviously, he has other plans. With the knights vigilant slain at the Conclave, there is nothing more we can do.
Perhaps there is something we can do.
I'd like to believe that, Seeker. I truly would. I suppose we can expect renewed effort against the mages from him, and yet more chaos.
Woo! Chaos! Who doesn't love chaos? How many Templars are about?
How many Templars turned on the Chantry exactly?
They rebelled across Thedas. Some remained loyal, but not enough to call them the Order. The White Spire here in the capital was the largest garrison, but now it stands empty. Perhaps more shall flock to the Lord Seeker's banner now. How far has faith waned, I wonder?
How are people reacting?
How are people responding to all of this?
Despair. Fear. We mourn her holiness. The people look to the sky and wonder how long before terror comes for us all. There must be a way through this. Is it you? The Templars? The Maker's will? We abandoned our duties. We servants of the faith. Now we can only pray.
I'll stop this somehow.
There's got to be a way to calm everything down and clean up this mess.
I hope against hope that may be the case.
I shall find a way. Goodbye, probably. Difficult time for those who have lost. While I understand concerns for property and the general dressing of the bazaar, I must caution that release is needed. We are suffering not just ongoing civil conflict, pitting brother against sister, not just outright war, pitting Templar against mage, not just the loss of our most holy and the best of our leaders. We are suffering all three. As the sky is wounded for all to see, all we know of our world is threatened, along with all we know of the next. With this most grave notation, I ask that the rights of losses and missing remain, that the citizens, however indirectly, be allowed to post their griefs of known dead and the names of hopefully living, and with them their criticisms of how they have been told or not told. For while I have no doubt we as Orlesians will maintain our utmost composure, there must be release, there must be grief, there must be mourning. If not, if we do not allow this simple expression, we risk a greater outburst. Let our people shed their tears, in as reserved a means as necessary. The market will be cleared in due course, but this day, this time, we must let this simple expression stand. Written by Captain Albion, Orlesian Guard, Summer Bazaar. Yes. I don't think. Yeah, there's nothing up here. Let's see then. So there is a red handkerchief over here.
Let's look around.
Reservoir stocking evaluation. Tremors, floating, taste is off. Water birds die off. Restocking failed. Fish not fit to be consumed. Or do not consume, sorry. Sorry. Favors for friends. A red handkerchief folded around a key with a small hasty scrawl. Key lifted from drunk swearing about Harold. Don't know what door. I'm out. My debt is paid. There's something to read over here. Can I read it through the barrels? No? Okay. Then I shall jump my way in there. Come on. The Randy Dowager Quarterly, a waterlogged quarterly missive of suspect virtue. The Randy Dowager welcomes the blooms of spring with the collected Callipygian cuirassiers, being a scandalous representation of Her Majesty's favored, caught in flagrant delectable. What am I reading? Can their uniforms and modesty withstand the assault? The Randy Dowager exhibitions for the noble of thought, but spry of step. The lady herself says, hardly a Tethys, but generously arousing. If polished cuirass does it for you, and it should. 3 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. Artie, what is this? Sounds, risque. Or something. Oh, Miroir de la Mere reviles folly. That was cut from Val Royeaux in 849 Blessed. It was the will of the mad Emperor Revile, who demanded a reflecting pool large enough to draw his vain deceased mother back across the Vale. Many shops and vendors were evicted to make room for his folly, and several memorials to the heroes of the first 4 blights were simply toppled. The reservoir supports little in the way of life, as the bottom was lined with lead to increase its reflective properties. Revile intended it for divination, using boats as massive planchets. But work was not finished until the week of his own death. The waters see little use today, save for lazy or fornication sojourns by the nobility aboard decorative gondolas. Excerpt from and torn from a disposable walking tour thing. So what does that mean? Mirror of something. I don't know. I think is it French? I could be wrong. I'm not good with that. So this is what they're talking about? Yes? Okay. Whatever. Let us continue. I'll look around, shall we?
My maker, know my heart. Take from me a life of sorrow. Comfort is only yours to give. Oh, maker, where is the comfort? Look away. I have broken the chant because it comes from my heart. What have we when our divine is dead and the sky burns?
You broke the chants?
What do you mean you broke the chant?
Are you also ignorant of the Maker's most basic rites? The chant of light is how we honor the Maker. They are the only words that the faithful should hear from my lips. But I can't. Our divine is dead. Our Templars gone. The Maker's silence is deafening. What hope have we?
The Inquisition will bring order.
The Inquisition can give you the answers you need.
So I have a faith I've lost. Or one that seeks to drive it from me. I can't even look to our Templars. How is this not darkness?
Okay. I mean...
The Templars didn't even touch you.
Are they talking about me? Bro, calm down. Who do you think you are?
I believe that messenger is trying to get our attention.
Yeah, hi. Can I
You
help
are
you?
the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
Invitation, First Enchanter Vivian. You are cordially invited to attend my salon, held at the Chateau of Duke Bastion de Gislaine. Yours, Vivian de Fer. Fer? First Enchanter of Montsemard, Enchanter to the Imperial Court. Yes. Fancy words. I think I can check out all the shops now. This lady's got a lot of stuff, but it's super expensive. What about you? Oh, what did I just do? Ah, I didn't
If
want
I
to do
might
that.
have a moment of your time.
Key. Hello.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps you should look among your fellow mages.
You weren't at the conclave?
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
You think the Templars did it?
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
Why speak to us now?
The mages weren't willing to talk to the Inquisition before. Why now?
Because now I've seen what you are. And I've seen the Chantry for what it is. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lady Herald.
Come, let us return to Haven.
We're not leaving yet, Cassandra. I still have things to do. And yes, we will go see the mages. Hello, sir.
Well, this has all been a frustrating mess. Templars and Chantry and especially the mages, just everything. I apologize if you were refused service, but we are now open for business. Especially if you put my wares to use.
Ooh. Exciting. Must sell weapons. Well, the other lady sells weapons too. Oh, these are weapons that can actually be used. Nice. Okay, so now we have. We shall. What? Hello.
Move along.
Okay, fine. Fine, don't talk to me. We'll examine this tree. La pomme vie morte. The apples nearest the cafe are said to change their taste depending on whether one is walking toward or away from the gallows. And of course they do, for taste is subject to the whims of the heart, and no meal is favored after tears. But dare it anyway, for none know the taste of joy, such as we who do not shy from experience. Anything else? No? Okay. Well, before we go up, we shall keep looking around. Les Masques du Lion. We cheered when honored was her might, but many more deserve a thought. For though she was the first in night, her ken and kind have always fought. From a plaque with the dedication, Les Masques de Lion, sponsored by Princess Corinne's first cavalier, for those we stood beside. Hello, sir.
We maintain an Inquisition presence on Commander Cullen's orders. This has been received as you might expect.
Indeed, I'm sure it has. Now then, we shall read.
Oh, yes.
The head of Madame Snappy Snips, mascot of Les Masques du Lion, named in jest but genuinely respected, the Grand Ma'am, as she is also called, was the last dragon brought down by Sir Koenig, the previous owner of the cafe. A spirited hunter, Koenig came of age in the years following the sighting that named the era, while others were quick to assume the tales of ancient Navarran dragon hunters must have been exaggerated. He tracked the gradual increase in dragon numbers and size. Koenig believed we had yet to see a true return of the beasts of legend, and that the specimens of his day were young, despite their ferocity. It is a cruel victory, but today we know Sir Koenig to have been correct. Even as he may have fallen to his own expertise, he was years overdue from his last hunt. And for the rest of us, travel weary. What we thought to be the pinnacle of dragon strength may have been closer to adolescence. The sisters of Madame Snappy Snips may have left their sibling far behind. That again. Yes. Ah. Yes. Favors for friends. A different simple script on the back of a stable report, marked with red paint. Thank you, friends, for helping good Lady Karis. Saw those who asked about Harold enter third passage. Could not stay to see them exit. Note of Heroes, Mafrith and Sacrifice. Andraste, Our Lady, the Sword and the Fire against Tevinter, betrayed to the Empire in exchange for a kingdom. Mafrith, now synonymous with treachery. But would Andraste have won? And if not, what would we have lost? Let us look not just at the act, but at the why of it. As the armies of faith pierced the imperial homeland, it was revealed not as a wave, but as an arrow. And as any hunter will attest, if your aim is not true, there is no returning to the bow. We must consider how much of Our Lady's victory to this point was against true Imperium, and how much was against the echoes of Empire. Andraste, the inspiration, may not have considered such. But Mafrith the General fought for homeland, not visions. Was a victory or defeat that his betrayal held at bay? Mafrith made the deal that killed Our Lady. That is fact. And when Andraste died, Mafrith was gifted everything from the southern plains south. How generous and impossible to hold. This must have seemed. Let us look on Mafrith and the legacy he divided among his sons, not with an eye for accusation, but from a tactical consideration. For he must have known that mere rivals had never stopped Tevinter. What if he set about creating peers, and none of this was accident? How then fared Isarath, Evrion, and Verald? Excerpt from A History Not of Heroes, reading in the Ugly Heart of Change, collected by Philium. A bard!
Good day to you.
Yes, I had no idea who was talking to me, but hi. Hello. Greetings.
Just what we needed.
Bye. Can I go in here? No. But there's something here. A lot of reading. The summer home of Messer Glubs. A plaque reads, a seasonal home for the childhood pet of the twin sons of Empress Yvette. The nature of Messer Glubs remains unknown, save that he was a gift from the Ravani ambassador, and he was eventually released to the sea after taking the hand of a sluggish page. Yes.
When there was no
Yes.
sky
Let
maker,
us continue.
you were the sky.
Hello.
When there was no earth,
Hi.
you were the earth.
Do you dislike me? No?
When there
Okay,
was
bye.
nothing, you
Can't go there.
everything.
Let's go in here. And more reading. The Lover's Alcove. Every district has one, at least one, and the question must be, why is a place meant for dalliance declared in such an obvious way? And the answer, of course, is that obviousness is the entirety of the point. When manners and station will not allow impassioned words, such as corners are places to be seen not being seen. Entering with a paramour is as much a declaration as singing out in joy, which one of good standing must never do. The alcove is thus a dignified means of announcing romantic affiliation, either for genuine partnership or to appear as such in order to spare a suitor a refusal. Dignity, of course, requiring that one does not also make use of the darkness for actual physical gratification. This has, of course, never occurred. From Our Orlesian Hearts by formerly Sister Laudine.
When there was no earth, you were the earth. When there was nothing, you
Okay.
were everything.
Her Majesty's convenience. For Her Majesty's convenience, wood and vines defy the very sun and rain. Not of heroes, the death of diversity. What could hold back an empire? Another. What could hold back so defined a people as Tevinter? Another. Let us consider if eldest Isarath was not meant to honor Mafarath, for the father's fate was already condemned by hidden betrayal. Let us consider that Isarath was told to turn from ties to Mafarath, to look forward, not back. What of his actions then? Isarath was granted a land of tribes, of scattered alliance. His answer was the grand unification which most condemn as arrogance, sweeping changes in trade, relocations to break local allegiances, all to favor centralized trade and power. Cities were leveled to expand a new capital, a powerful and influential city of a new nation, Val Royeaux of Orlais, and all in the name of not lost Andraste, but of holding back looming Tevinter. Power was united, but cultures less so. Investing everyone in the new Orlais stratified the classes, and through it all spread a bitterness that a Ferelden ruled. Isarath avoided the stain of his father, for he was seen as victim too, but he was still Elamari. What if, dear readers, the final unifying element came not from accident or even the deliberate actions of Isarath, but from a common hatred, and not the common hatred of the day? The sons of Mafarath would succeed at creating a peer for Tevinter, but only at the cost of themselves. Excerpt from A History Not of Heroes, readings in the Ugly Heart of Change, collected by Philium a Bard. Yes, a lot of reading in Orlais. Val Royeaux. Hello.
What? Yes, I'm sorry. Minding the duties of the ailing mother, Havara. I am rather overwhelmed. Forgive me. I am unsure whether I meant to extend Chantry services to you, and that troubles me greatly.
Okay, bye. I will leave then. Leave you to it, whatever it is that you are doing. Yes. Hello, hello, people who don't care about me.
I don't know.
Can I go in here? I can. Exciting. Can I... No, there's nothing in here. Hello, sir.
Inquisition, eh?
Yes.
I'll sell. But if the Chantry censures you, I'm not liable.
Okay.
No offense, but I have to live here, and Val Royeaux can be traditional.
Yes, makes sense. Makes sense. That guy sells schematics, but I don't have enough money to buy all of his schematics, so we shall come back another time when I have lots of money. Because we need schematics. Where am I going? Nowhere. Okay, we need to go up to the second story. Is that what we're gonna call it? Sure, we'll call it that. Because there are things that we need to get. So I need to find a doorway that goes up. So here's one. Let us go. Some areas have multiple levels. Click the icons in the top right to view them. Thank you, very exciting. We need to go up here. I guess we'll go here first. And then, yeah. And then we'll, like, work our way around or whatever. Because there is a red Jenny thing up here. I think it's this one. Yes. Favors for friends. A scrap of parchment is hastily torn from an ornate document, stuffed into its hiding space with a large red sock. And we are to obey well. We meet at 3 bells to discuss how best to serve the new way. Scrawled below in a misspelled script. Herald go at time. Praise Audrost. Taken together, the messengers reveal a time, path, and key to a location on the world map. So, that is to unlock another companion. A season of the Four Afoul. At this window the thief Treadwell did witness the attempted assault of Lady Castine. He surrendered his chance for escape to catch and hold her assailant. A bard of Lord Halavine, hero, thief, foiled bard, and conspiring noble were all censored, as per their station and relevant action. Lashings and labor disappeared and ostracized for the social season, respectively. The scandal played out for longer in the theatrically serialized adaptation, which reimagined the 3 as siblings separated at birth, competing for Lady Castine's hand at her orchestration. The conclusion was relatively accurate to the original event, save the punishment of the thief and noble being swapped, to comic effect. Generally, good reviews received, though some thought the height of the lady's hair to be unrealistic. Fascinating. So, let's keep having a little look around here and see if we can find anything. Actually, there's nothing here, so very, very fascinating. But there is a down on the other side, and there's also an up on this side, so. And it looks like we have more reading. How exciting. Not of heroes' division and distance. For a supposed creature of jealousy and greed, Mafarith is less so indeed. For while his word brought low the bride of the Maker, his prize was quickly divided and distanced. Let us consider the lesser of the sons in this matter. Of Evrian we know little. The middle boy, he was tasked with ruling the lands to be the marches. No claim by the father was made. No, in my name, to humble. And that freedom is shown in the result, for Evrion himself was the least concerned with power. He among all led by example, not demand, and spoke only of sacrifice. When betrayal was revealed, Evrion acts as a man broken, dispersing his holding to the various tribes. It was a penance that spared him his family, but it also dispersed influence. To this day the free marches are scattered. Of Verald, more is known, for his actions bring him to the start of our nation, but his folly begins in Navarra, where we must ask, was this the will of a betrayer father, or a mistake of youth? Mafarith gave rule to the youngest, Verald, and never claimed Navarra. Never did he sit on the throne, and he is thought to have rarely visited, but his name is hated there most of all, for it was bartered for legacy by the son. Unlike Evrion, Verald spoke not as example but to claim. Never his name was mentioned without that of his mother and father. His claims were bold. Their actions were his and their thoughts all shared. But from the father on his throne in Ferelden no word is recorded, and we wonder, was it deliberate? For when the betrayal was revealed, all with ties to Mavrith were vilified, and so strong were the ties that Verald had drawn that his court was killed to a man, and he was forced to flee. Had he kept silent, as seems the will of the knowing father, and had he girded as the father had guided the elder Isroth, then Verald might have remained to rule. But that would require that the betrayer not be as he is drawn, and it would have kept Verald in Navarra, and it would have kept Verald from Orlais, and it would have prevented the further betrayal that truly birthed Orlais. Yay. I'm just gonna jump down here. Oh god, there's more. The Randy Dowager Quarterly, an unread quarterly missive of suspect virtue. The Randy Dowager ignites winter passions with the collected, conscripted by love, being a tale of heroes come legends, the Grey Wardens, and their shining duty to claim those of promise who must suit their joining. The Randy Dowager exhibitions for the noble of thought but spry of step, the lady herself says, always a classic when wardens come calling, or, dare one suggest, the reverse? 4 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. RD. Ooh, exciting. I have no idea. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so there's something over there. We'll go this way first. Oh god. Oh. Longing in the upper court, a torn page from an unsigned diary, my weakness bids me not by chance to gaze upon the upper court, where shadows of our final dance and wishes of my heart consort. I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry. Oh, that's funny. Such drama. What is that? I do not know. And I'm not sure I want to know. Hello, fellow humans. Wait.
Why not?
I'm not a human. Anyways. Is there anything else over here? Oh, no, that's just a fast travel door. I see. Fast travel door. A shop. What do you sell? Oh, what is this? Hello. The Folly of General Not Sheraton. Okay. 3. But during times of crisis, there can emerge abilities we do not know we possess. The servant under the greatest duress stood as Not Sheraton. She stood and she spoke. She stood and she led. She stood and she attacked. And under banners they knew, and a voice they did not. The forces of Orlais brought low their enemy. Now, perhaps the servant was more lieutenant than page to her battle-hardened lord, and perhaps the strength of the foe is stressed too much in retellings, and perhaps the allied were well practiced in their roles. But none questioned that Not Sheraton was at the least adequate and at the most inspirational. Very fascinating. God. Holy what is this? 10,000 for a mystery box. It's probably garbage. He has nothing else. I have bought that, I'm pretty sure, but I couldn't tell you what was in it, 'cause I don't know.
Is this a shop?
Hello.
I maintain a premises wherein customers of a certain affluence entertain the purchase of my ware. So yes, shop.
May I see what you have?
Very well. What do you have for sale?
I have one item available for purchase. It is far too expensive for it merely to be sold. You may gaze upon it and dream of the wealth required to possess it, as have lords and kings. And then you may leave and purchase things from shops more aligned with your station.
Wow, okay. How do you stay in business?
How do you keep the doors open on a shop with one item?
My shop is a destination. Luminaries of every description journey here to see what is denied to them. Some pay tribute, in the vain hope I will barter. They do not have the will to pay the price. They require a bargain to justify the spend, to ease their conscience. That would defeat the entirety of the purpose.
But what is it?
I can't see it. Tell me what it is.
If you have to ask, you are not the one to buy it.
I need to know if I can use it.
And again, the point is missed. If mere use is your concern, you should go elsewhere. The person who claims this will not be known for using it. They will be known because they paid for it.
Very exciting. Is this item worth the money?
So you sell one very expensive item, and it's worth it?
Let me now interrupt the inevitable defense of your thrift. I'm sure you have treasures, and you will have many more. You could parade them from here to Halam Shiral, but none of that would allow you to say you have purchased this. The item is irrelevant. The price is worth it.
Is it though? Anyone can charge too much.
I don't see why this is special. Anyone can overprice something.
To overprice an item, the item must have a known value already. It is then priced over what it is worth. This has only the value I have set. It has never had another. It is not overpriced. It is priced.
I mean, fair. He makes a good point.
Goodbye then.
Still.
Yes.
I will buy it. If I remember to come back and buy it. 10,000. I can't. Oh, I cannot for the life of me remember what it is, but I feel like it's just absolute garbage. But we shall not know
The chant of light. Only
until
the
a
word
long,
dispels
long
the
time.
darkness upon us.
Yes, I was not paying attention.
You had granted them power
Oh,
over
more
the
reading.
very
Oh boy.
fade itself.
How exciting. Oh, another Randy Dowager. An extra thick annual edition of the Suspect Quarterly. The Randy Dowager welcomes the new year by scandalizing the old, with the collected romantic epic The Horned Ones being a tale of conquest, both of nation and of heart. Demands are satisfied as bronze giants share their explosive passions. The Randy Dowager exhibitions for the noble of thought but spry of step. The lady herself says, only for those of particular taste. Delicate buds should remain in the garden while the bold of us flower. 5 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. R.D.
Though they sang hymns
Oh
of
boy,
praise
how
unending,
scandalous.
though they could do
Where am I
anything,
going?
They destroyed nothing.
Okay,
Created
there's nothing here, so we shall move on to the next layer. I think I can fast travel from this one. Yes, let us go. So, we need to... What? Here? We need to go here? Or is this... Hang on. What? Nope, we're good. Okay. The waiting alcove. Forever empty anticipation of artistic endeavor, worthy of the envy and insidious jealousy of the capital and her glorious emperor. 848 blessed. Mad shit, empty as his head. Lovely. Very lovely. Okay, so we go this way. And there's another thing to read. Yay! Pillars of her everlasting flame. The pillars of her everlasting flame ignited 530 exalted, capped 562 exalted. Forgive them their petty nature, for the soot of your eternal flames blackened their silks. Yes. Very exciting. What else can we read about? Oh, I should have went down the stairs and up. Guess I'll go down. Hey there. The mystery and meaning of 8 silks. 8 silks drape across Belle Marsh. 8 silks that frame the sky and shade the calm of commerce. But why 8? That question is posed time and again by visitor and philosopher. What in the grand history of our capital is delayed in this subtle choice? The ages? But we have had 9, and what fool would have made such a prediction? There's nothing in the Orlesian mindset, in the heart of Orlais, that suggests even a hint of accepting an end to our way. Perhaps then something less flattering, but veiled? It is opined that the 8 represents the twin boys of Empress Yvette, born 799, which heralded the blessed age, being the entwined loops of the number 8, itself, not its value. The more irreverent suggests that the 8 could easily be a slight against Yvette's figure, for she was rumored to be stout but determined in her choice of corsetry. Both theories are scoffed at by historians as mere number fetish. What emerges when we consider the longevity of the question is not that there is meaning to be found, but that it is ingrained in us to search as though there is, for we need to believe that such a prominent detail of the greatest city the world has ever known must be thoroughly rife with meaning, and so certain are we that we discount even the architect who grew so annoyed of the question that he had the answer engraved on his memorial. There were 16 rods. How compares his fact to our search for truth? From our Elysian Heart by formerly Sister Laudine. Yes, there is no meaning. It is what it is. Do we have anything else, or can we finally leave Val Royeaux? I think we can finally leave. Wait, I didn't go down this way. Do I have to talk to you? Do you have anything interesting?
The Herald of Andraste.
Yeah, hi.
Is there something I might help you with?
There's nothing, apparently.
No, thank you, sister. Make her go with you.
Is she gonna be important later? Where am I going? Cool. I see nothing. Let us leave, shall we? Let's head to the world map. And we have a secluded courtyard. Ghislaine Estate. Black Emporium. Let's head back to Haven for a second here. Righty-o. So, we're gonna talk to people.
Now that we've got better mounts, if you like, I can show you a few tricks to get more out of them.
Oh, can you now?
Fine, forget I said anything. You Fereldans, growling at everyone but your dogs.
No, go ahead. Who knows? Maybe some fancy noble riding might save my life if a scouting ride goes wrong. And maybe I'll show you a few tricks as well.
Okay. Whatever. I think I'm gonna do some armor modification and some crafting, so I shall return when I am done with that. Okay, well, I went and talked with a bunch of people, but nobody had anything to say, so we're just gonna head back in. And trigger an event, apparently. Hey guys, I'm back.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in a city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
Going was worth the risk.
We had to do something, and now we have an opportunity.
Yes, and we have the opening we need to approach the Templars and the mages.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
We should meet the mages.
I could at least find out what the mages want.
Sandra?
No doubt what they've always wanted. Support for their cause.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
There's always danger.
So it'll be dangerous. I've been in danger since I walked out of the Fade.
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options.
Yes, we should.
There is one other matter.
Yes?
Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
It sounds suspicious.
That does sound odd. I agree. The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the
Blackwall.
opportunity, please seek him out.
Yes.
Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
Okay, so what is this? Why, what? What? Okay, but if we walk out, I think, yes. Hello, Krem.
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
Identify yourself.
Who are you, soldier?
Cremisius Aclasi with the Bull's Chargers Mercenary Company. We mostly work out of Orlais and Navarra. We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bull's Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Sounds good. Tell me about your company.
What can your Bull's Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Val Royeaux. We've got references.
Tell me about your leader.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull. He's one of those Kunari, the big guys with the horns. He leads from the front. He pays well, and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
Why give us the message?
Why did your commander send us this information?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. He thinks you're doing good work.
We welcome the help.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
Yes, I will come at some point, but...
Why you need so much death rogue?
I guess we
To do my
don't
job.
have any
Would
items
you
to
wish
turn
to
in
have
for
your
research. Well, let's summon the War Council, shall we? So, we need to do something here. I think I've got new things. The Cult of Andraste.
There's nothing to do with fairness. We simply can't accommodate them if they bring that many servants.
I will speak to the Duchess.
What?
She can be reasoned with, after a fashion.
Okay. The Cult of Andraste. Before the Fifth Blight and the arrival of the hero of Ferelden, Haven was occupied by cultists who worshipped a dragon, one they believed to be Andraste reborn. Both the cultists and their dragon were long gone by the time the Chantry arrived to build the Temple of Sacred Ashes, but there may still be undiscovered passages in the mountains containing their relics. With a concerted search effort, it might be possible to unearth something useful to the Inquisition. This is a task best left to a few select agents knowledgeable regarding dangerous magic. I have just the ones in mind, and I'm leery of what we might find in these passages, but we have enough soldiers for a search. We'll send Liliana.
Let's see what we have.
And then... sit for this side. On the Elysian side, we have the Chantry remains. The confrontation with Mother Havara in the Val Royeaux market had the desired effect to a point. The Chantry's condemnation of the Inquisition was lost amid a flurry of speculation over the actions of Lord Seeker Lucius, as well as a divide in the opinions of the remaining Chantry clerics. There are, however, clerics still loudly denouncing the Herald of Andraste. The Inquisition could leave them to their speeches, but dealing with them before the Chantry elects a new divine could be of benefit. A delicate hand is needed. We should focus on clerics who can be swayed, make their voices louder than those who oppose us. We should send a contingent of Inquisition soldiers to the Grand Cathedral. They can offer protection, and their visibility will remind the clerics they are not out of our reach. Let's send Josephine.
At your service.
Perfect. So now we need to head to... We are going to go to the hinterlands. And we are going to go grab Blackwall first. And then, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. So we are going to go pick up Blackwall first. So we just need to head up. I am right here. Just if you're wondering where my location is. Not that I'm sure you are, but, you know. So, let's go have us a chat with Mr. Blackwall.
They will make this a fight, not us.
Hey, Blackwall.
Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall? Warden Blackwall?
You're not... How do you know my name? Who said... Ah! That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come!
Yes. Blackwall.
Make them come to me! You're dead, bastard! Dead! I wasn't here to fight. Stop and think.
Ba-dum.
Sorry, bastards.
Yes.
Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves. You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
Greetings are in order.
I know your name because I'm an agent of the Inquisition. I'm investigating whether the disappearance of Wardens has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
I wasn't accused. No, we're not gonna say that. Is it killing bandits? Let's go with then where are the Wardens?
So where are the rest of you?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time, they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
The treaties sound powerful.
I wasn't aware Grey Wardens could take whatever they want.
It's complicated. If there's a blight, everyone has to help the effort to fight it. The treaties are ancient. Outside of blights, it's as binding as a clever tongue can make it.
Where might Wardens go?
Do you have any idea where the other Wardens could have gone?
Maybe they returned to our stronghold at Weishaupt. That's in the Anderfels, a long way north. I don't really know. Can't imagine why they'd all disappear at once, let alone where they disappear to.
Why haven't you disappeared?
Why haven't you gone missing like the rest of them?
Well, maybe I was going to. Or maybe there's a new directive, but a runner got lost or something. My job was to recruit on my own. Plan to stay that way for months. Years.
We're gonna flirt with Blackwall. So what's next for us?
Well, thank you, Warden Blackwall. But now where does this leave us?
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a warden. Maybe you need me.
Yes. Yes, I do. How can you alone help?
The Inquisition needs all the support it can get. But what can one Grey Warden do?
Save the fucking world if pressed. Look, maybe fighting demons from the sky isn't something I'm practiced at. But show me someone who is. And like I said, there are treaties. Maybe this isn't a blight, but it's bloody well a disaster. Some will honor them. Being a warden means something to a lot of people.
Yes. Yes, join the Inquisition.
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long. This warden walks with the Inquisition.
Welcome aboard. Okay, so I am going to throw him in my party for right now. And we are going to check something. Oh, I should probably loot the bandits, huh? There was... oh, it's a plant. We don't care about the plant. Do this. Thank you. And over here is one. Oh! Charred paper. A letter found on the body of a bandit who stole from refugees in the hinterlands. The ink is smudged and only a few sentences can be made out. You can die pretending you'll earn back your soldier's honor, or you can do something with the skills that son of a bitch taught you. Spend some time with my boys. No one will know who you are in Ferelden, and it's not so bad. A little bit of smuggling, a little bit of extortion. You'll get used to it. Nice. So, we are going to go get Iron Bull now. So that means we have to head back to Haven and open up the Storm Coast, which I literally could have just done when I was there, but why would I do that? That would make sense. Welcome to the war map. So this is the... oh.
We'll post soldiers a safe distance from the temple.
It's incredible how many
Our best
passages
guess at
remain
safe
undiscovered.
anyway.
Even after the Chantry's arrival, and they scoured every inch of these mountains for years in search of anything related to the sacred ashes. The cult didn't build all of this. It was here long before, and who knows how many years it would take to find it all. Of the new passages uncovered during the search, most were long empty or contained goods far beyond salvage. A few, however, yielded some artifacts of interest, and one evidently contains strange runes we have yet to translate. If we can find someone capable of doing so, they might prove of use. Thank you. Very exciting. Oh. Okay, Secrets of Andraste. The runes discovered in the mountain passage during the recent search are of a type never seen before, neither Tevinter nor Elven, and perhaps dating back to the time of Andraste herself. There are few who might be able to translate the script, and the benefit of doing so is unknown. We have agents with magical knowledge and the means to acquire text. Let us work on this ourselves. I think we'll do this.
Let's see what we
Since
have.
she's the only one who can do anything. Anyways, Storm Coast. Ferelden has not seen significant Grey Warden activity since Darkspawn attacked the city of Amaranthine 10 years ago. It's not unusual for their order to fade from public notice when there's a blight. However, recent reports claim that a group was traveling along the northern coastline. Wardens tend to follow their own agenda, but the breach has no doubt caught their attention. If they know something, then the Inquisition should find out. Let's go to the Storm Coast to get Iron Bull. Sister Liliana, Lieutenant Harding led a small complement of soldiers to the Storm Coast region to investigate reports of Grey Warden activity. She sent word that her party had established a camp near the shore, but we have received nothing further. At this time, the status of Harding and her mission remains unknown. Rector. venture forth. We will take... I guess we'll take Blackwall. Why not? Why not?
Your worship, for what it's worth, welcome to the Storm Coast. I would have sent word sooner, but our efforts have been... delayed.
How so?
There's a group of bandits operating in the area. They know the terrain, and our small party has had trouble going up against them. Some of our soldiers went to speak with their leader. Haven't heard back, though.
I'll look into it.
I'll do what I can to find our people.
Thank you, your worship. That's a relief. The soldiers didn't have an exact location for the bandits, but they were starting their search farther down the beach. With all this fuss, we haven't been able to conduct a proper search for the wardens either. Well, good luck, and enjoy the sea air. I hear it's good for the soul.
Thanks. It's a bit wet, though. Right, so, let's, Oh, hello, dragon. Okay, well, anyways. I was going to not pick up the self-root. I was going to talk to you. Come back here. You. Inquisition, or Requisition Officer. What do you have?
What is it?
Could prove useful, sir.
Cool, thanks. Okay, so, before we head down, I may as well go grab this thingy. This thingy here. There's the dragon flying around. Since we're right here, anyways. Okay, so there's one there. There. The last one I think is on the beach. Oh, and you can see Iron Bull down there fighting. Is it not on the beach? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so now we need to head down and go help Iron Bull. Pick up some serpent stone on the way. Oh, well, I can... yeah, whatever. I can complete that requisition already. Let us go. Let us fight. I'm gonna come in a little closer here. This guy does not want to go down. There we go. All right.
Chargers! Stand down! Krim! How'd we do?
Krim!
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
That's what I like to hear. Let the throat cutters finish up, then break out the casks. So, you're with the Inquisition, huh? Glad you could make it. Come on, have a seat. Drinks are coming.
You must be Iron Bull?
Iron Bull, I presume.
Yeah, the horns usually give it away.
Yes, well.
I assume you remember Cremisius Aclassi, my lieutenant.
Good to see you again. Throat cutters are done, Chief.
Already? Have them check again. I don't want any of those Tevinter bastards getting away. No offense, Krem.
None taken. At least a bastard knows who his mother was. Puts him one up on you Canary, right?
So, you've seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition can afford us.
How expensive are you?
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Wouldn't cost you anything personally. Unless you want to buy drinks later. Your ambassador, what's her name? Josephine. We'd go through her and get the payments set up. Gold will take care of itself. Don't worry about that. All that matters is we're worth it.
Indeed. You definitely seem useful.
The Chargers seem like an excellent company.
They are, but you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? The bigger the better. And there's one other thing. Might be useful. Might piss you off. Ever hear of the Ben Hasra?
Only a little.
They're a Kunari organization, right? The equivalent of their guards and city watch.
I'd go closer to spies. But yeah, that's them. Or, well, us. The Ben Hasrath are concerned about the breach. Magic out of control like that could cause trouble everywhere. I've been ordered to join the Inquisition, get close to the people in charge, and send reports on what's happening. But I also get reports from Ben Hasrath agents all over Orlais. You sign me on, I'll share them with your people.
Why would you admit this?
You're a Kunari spy and you just told me.
Whatever happened at that conclave thing, it's bad. Someone needs to get that breach closed. So whatever I am, I'm on your side.
You still could have hidden what you are.
From something called the Inquisition. I'd have been tipped sooner or later. Better you hear it right up front from me.
What would you report back?
What would you send home in these reports of yours?
Enough to keep my superiors happy. Nothing that'll compromise your operations. The Kunari want to know if they need to launch an invasion to stop the whole damn world from falling apart. You let me send word of what you're doing, it'll put some minds at ease. That's good for everyone.
What can you tell us?
What's in these Ben Hasrath reports you're offering to share?
Enemy movements, suspicious activity, intriguing gossip. It's a bit
Intriguing
of
gossip, huh?
Alone they're not much, but if your spy master is worth a damn, she'll put him to good use.
She?
I did a little research. Plus, I've always had a weakness for redheads.
Of course. Okay, you're hired.
All right, you're in.
Let's go.
Excellent. Krem, tell the men to finish drinking on the road. The Chargers just got hired.
What about the casks, Chief? We just opened them up with axes.
Find some way to seal them. You're Tevinter, right? Try blood magic. We'll meet you back at Haven.
Yes, because that's how that works, right? Okay, so what we're actually going to do is... I'm just going to do this. We're going to head back. Well, I should first loot the beach. Oops. And then... like, are there any drops? Not really. It's all spindleweed. Okay, well... Any loot. Any loot. Just saying spindleweed. Some blood lotus. A rock. What is this? Serpent stone! Wait, I didn't take it. Did I take it? I think I took it. I don't know. Whatever. Loot? Anywhere? There's a thing. What is this? Shards on the coast. I guess we can go get the shard, since we're literally right next to it. Okay, anyways, we're heading back to Haven now. So we're gonna talk to Blackwall and Iron Bull. And Krem, because Krem's right here. Hello, Krem.
Can I help you with anything?
Yes, let's discuss Iron Bull.
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The Chief. Last time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for a Kunari, but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn sure.
What kind of commander is he?
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. He keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The Chargers might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
How did you end up with him?
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Kunari spy's mercenary company?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee Tevinter. A Tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it. Patched me up and asked if I was looking for work. I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
He gave up his eye.
That's how he lost the eye?
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull came inside and yelled for them to stop. One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flare. Bull put himself between me and the blow. Big horned idiot. Didn't even know me.
Is him being Qunari odd?
Is it strange to work for a Qunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasrath, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
I'm surprised he told you.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to trust. He figures most of us would find out sooner or later, and it should come from him. Eyes to eye, he says. It's never messed up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
Yes.
We'll talk later.
We should talk now. Come on, game. Okay, well there is, this happened in like all versions. For some reason there's a bug that doesn't allow you to talk to Krem again after you talk to Krem. So I don't know. We'll have to talk to him again later. I forgot about that.
Good form.
Hi.
Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
How'd you know he's a Templar?
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Qunari learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
Well, thank you. Yes, he is.
I'm impressed by what Cullen has accomplished with the troops.
Damn right. It takes time to build a group into a team, but he's got their loyalty. Now he just needs them to make a decent shield wall, and they'll be good to go. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
Perhaps I should lead. I don't know what the hell, why not?
Then maybe we need one. I'd be willing.
You? Huh. Why you?
Someone should. I'm willing.
Nobody else seems to be stepping forward, and since I can seal rifts, I'm here whether I like it or not. If it proved necessary to have an Inquisitor, I could make a go of it.
For a second there, you sounded like a Qunari.
Okay.
My people don't pick leaders from the strongest, or the smartest, or even the most talented. We pick the ones willing to make the hard decisions, and live with the consequences. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass, and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't. But it could.
But it could, and it will. Ha
Can I
ha
help
ha,
you?
just kidding, not right away. Hi, tell me of the Ben Hasrath.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
Interesting. Re-educators?
How do the re-educators work?
I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
Yes, exhaustion can break a person quite easily. Is it really that easy?
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. Always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
I guess we'll say that's revolting.
The re-educators sound horrible.
Yeah, they probably do. Here's the thing, though. What happens in Orlais when you commit a crime or betray a lord? They just lop your head off. At least the Qunari try to fix you.
Your job, no, none. None sound like you.
None of those sound exactly like you.
Yeah, I was a special case.
Yes.
They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
Sounds difficult.
I can't imagine that was easy.
Nope. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Even knowing what they did?
You'd heard what the re-educators did to their prisoners.
Yes, I had. I wanted them to fix me like they fixed them. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal Vashath, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
Okay. No more flirting with did we? We haven't flirted with Iron Bull yet. We're not going to though. Probably not. I don't know. You've had wow. Wow. That's a good enough response.
Damn.
You did ask. Anyway, nice talking with you.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
Can I help you?
Yeah. Tell me about Qunari.
I'd like to know more about the Qunari.
You writing a book?
Nope. Ay, I want to know more about you.
It's your culture, and I'd like to know you better.
You could just ask.
Did I not?
Am.
All right. What do you want to know?
How is it growing up?
What's it like growing up under the Qun?
The Tamasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers, or Chantry sisters. They also help figure out what jobs we should do. They had me pegged for military work early on. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasrath.
So, no families?
You never knew your parents?
No. I know for you folks, that's a big deal. The Tamasrans were like our parents, though. Taught us to read, helped us go to sleep, all the parent stuff. I remember the one who helped me build things with blocks. She laughed when I knocked everything down.
Cute. And if Thedos fell to the Qun?
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Qunari conquered Orlais or Ferelden?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two love roles. But the mages, look at Solus. All that wandering in the Fade. They'd at least kill him. Varric's tall tales would land him in a re-education prison, shrugged until his mind broke. So, to answer your question, no, I don't think about it
And
much
yet
at
here
all.
we are thinking about it. Very nice. How do they govern?
How do the Qunari rule themselves?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood, and the military. The priesthood figures out how Qunari should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Qunari safe from outside threats.
Is there much dissent?
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Orlais, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Qunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight. Or kill you.
Great. Do you not marry?
I've heard there's no marriage among the Qunari.
Yeah, that's true. Qunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Qunari don't have sex?
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
What, really?
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer. Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day, leaves you walking funny. Other times you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
Yes. Well, that's bizarre.
Sometimes I think I understand how different the Qunari are. And then I talk to you.
Yep. Still, it's more fun here. Fewer rituals, more making it up as you go along. Plus, you folk have redheads.
Iron Bull and his love for redheads. Day-to-day life.
How is everyday life different for Qunari?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Val Royeaux gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the Qun. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
Except that baker isn't free.
It can't be exactly the same. The Kunari have no personal freedoms.
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Val Royeaux has? Life isn't about freedom. The baker in Parvolan wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will they come on time? Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her 'cause it's stale? Same crap in Val Royeaux. People are just people.
People suck. What does Kunari mean?
The word Kunari, is that the race or the religion?
Both. Yeah.
Kind of. The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Kunari who break away from the Qun are Talvashal, deserters.
And those who predate the Qun?
What about Kunari who existed before the Qun?
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith, but we don't use that word for the race. We came south to Thedas because the Kossith were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
It'd be really interesting to know more about the Kossith, so... But alas,
See you later, Bull.
we don't, I don't think.
What can I do for you?
Why the name Iron Bull?
So, how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the Qun. Just, I don't know. Job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
Why that name, though?
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting
Shocker.
things. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction.
Yes, yes.
That really works for me.
I'm sure it does. Alright, that's about
See you
it
later,
for that then. Shall we have a chat with Blackwall next? I think we shall. He's just over here.
You know, Arnsberg, you actually are a good rider under all that. Oh. Long up with the note.
Make her look at it. So much easier to ignore when it's far away. And to actually walk out of it. To be that close.
Yeah, it's, you know, fun walk in the park. I was lucky.
If I hadn't been saved by the Inquisition soldiers, I don't know what would have happened.
Inquisition soldiers? That's not what I've heard. I have to admit, I thought you'd be...
Human?
Yes.
At least you're honest.
Being upfront is better than knife fear.
It was a foolish thought. Should have known better than to say anything. It's what you do and how you do it that's important. Just one question then. How do you think you fit in with all this?
I want peace.
I just want to help stop the war. Try to put things back in order.
A worthy goal, one I'm happy to support. For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine. They owe us some answers.
Yep. Okay, come back here, Blackwall. Don't walk away. We're not done yet.
I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camps all over these parts. If we have time, I'd like to take a look. See if there's anything we can salvage.
Sure, sounds fun. Hello. Okay, tell me about the wardens.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
Ah, the wardens. I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
Mm-hmm, I'm sure. What do wardens do?
The Blight's been over for 10 years. What do wardens do when the world's not ending?
There is still Darkspawn. Just because we killed so many in Ferelden doesn't mean they're gone. And the world is not so peaceful that there's no use for good men with swords. Sometimes you have to figure out for yourself what the pledge to protect others really means. It's not always about just archdemons and blights.
Your role in the Blight.
Where were you during the Blight?
I was in Ferelden, on my own, like always. Quietly killed my fair share of Darkspawn too.
I'm sure. Anyways, why were you traveling alone?
You haven't had contact with other wardens for a while. Why were you on your own?
It's what I've always done. Recruitment only requires one man. Besides, I've always been a loner. Works best for everyone that way.
Where have the wardens gone?
So you have no idea where the rest of the wardens are?
Do you find that odd? The Blight is over. We don't need an organized force. And orders don't change much from day to day. For the last 1,000 years or so, it's been just find Darkspawn, kill them, repeat as necessary.
I'm sure it has, Blackwall.
Let's continue this at another time.
As you wish. I'll be here if you need me.
Trying not to spoil anything here.
Something on your mind?
You're making it really hard. Let's talk about you.
I want to hear more about you.
Compared to yours, my life will seem dull indeed.
Oh, wow. Where are you from?
Your name, Blackwall, doesn't sound Orlesian. Marcher, then. Ferelden.
I was from the Free Marchers originally. Markham. That was a long time ago. Another life.
I'm sure it was. So you have a past.
I hear that many wardens were once criminals.
You're right. And when you join, your past is forgotten, so let's leave it that way.
Okay, calm down. You weren't always a warden.
What did you do before you became a warden?
I was a soldier, a nobody trained to wield a sword and follow orders. I grew weary of fighting other men's wars.
So you became a warden?
More or less. Becoming a Grey Warden was the first time I felt like I mattered. The life I led before seems hollow in comparison. Perhaps one day it will fade away.
Okay, but what is Cassandra approving of? Liliana's thing being completed? What the heck? Okay, anyways, why'd you become a warden?
Why did you join the Wardens?
Because they remember honor and sacrifice. Words that have little meaning to the rest of us.
Aww.
Because they lay down their lives for those they have sworn to protect. We all need to believe there are such men in the world. I needed to believe I could be one of them.
Aw.
We can continue this discussion at another time.
Very well.
Yes, well, we have more to
At your
talk about.
service.
Thoughts on the Inquisition?
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I expected more. More men, better equipment.
Yes, well, you know.
You may have Andraste's favor, but wars are won by men, soldiers.
Yes, well, wars are won in many ways.
Brute force is not always the answer. There are plenty of other paths to victory.
True enough. Still, it never hurts to be prepared.
Fair
One thing
enough.
I will say about your men, they're passionate, devoted. You inspire them. Build on that foundation, and you will have an army that makes nations tremble.
Yes, we will. Your thoughts on the war?
What do you think about all this trouble between the mages and Templars?
Looking at it from where we stand, it seems inevitable. But that could be hindsight. How many of us actually saw it coming? Either way, I don't think the Chantry will ever recover.
What about Haven?
What do you think of Haven?
It's a war camp that was once a pilgrim's refuge. It's the state of the world, though, isn't it? Holy ground turned into a battlefield. Pity about that temple. Would have been nice to see it.
Yes. Thoughts? What about our cause?
What do you think of the Inquisition's cause?
Restoring order is a goal I support wholeheartedly. But that's not the end of it, is it? Not by a half. The Lady Seeker believes we are restoring the Chantry. Others say it needs reform. I don't know where you stand on the matter, and I'll admit I haven't made up my mind either.
Yes. Thoughts on my inner circle?
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Don't play Diamondback with Solus. You've been warned. Taught him the game last night. He turned around and beat me at it. Lost everything. Had to walk back to my quarters with only a bucket for my bits.
Thoughts on my advisors?
What do you think of my advisors?
Josephine's lovely, and craftier than you'd expect. The Inquisition could not have picked a better ambassador.
Indeed. Anyone else?
What do you think of my advisors?
Cullen. He's got the look of a man who's been through too much.
Yeah, that's an
He's seen
understatement.
the best and the worst of humanity, and I think he still struggles with where that leaves him. Still, I trust him to watch my back.
Me too.
What do you think of my advisors?
Josephine's lovely.
What do you think of
craftier than you'd
Liliana?
expect.
Okay, so
The
basically it's
Inquisition
just
could not have-
like
What do you
throw
think
the dice to see what he says.
Josephine's lovely.
Okay, well,
Craftier than
we're
you'd
just gonna
expect.
give up on that. 'Cause
The
it's too much
Inquisition.
work trying to
We
get
should
him.
return.
Stop talking about Josephine. I know you love her, but no. Calm down, sir. Anyways. Okay, so what is cleaning house? I don't know. We just unlocked a bunch of quests and stuff, but this is where we are going to leave this video, guys. Next time we are going to pick up 2 companions. Yeah, we're gonna pick up 2 more companions, and then we're going to head to Redcliffe, probably, and pick up a 3rd companion. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!